Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles channel and the guidance for the month of November. And we're working with the angel Adnel for the month of November, Archangel Adnel. And you may know this archangel if you have my Domino Angels cards or my Angelic Guidance book, which sort of talks a little bit about him. But of course I've written up an article about Adnel for us all and some of the key points when we're working with him for the month, or her, however you want to put it, and also a message from Adnel as well. I'm going to do the messages for the elements for the month in a separate videos for you all, because otherwise we'll just be here all night. You know how I like to talk. So also hopefully you guys have been seeing me on Facebook Live. I've been doing lots of free guidance on there, so still trying to figure things out. My computer is not letting me really do much with trying to go live on YouTube, which I really want to do, but Pete's going to have a look at it and see if he can figure it out for me as well, because it's just not clicking on the right things to open it all up to have a hangout and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, hopefully you guys are okay and have been having a good weekend. There has been an awful lot of attunements, as we knew, for the month of October. There was all these attunements going on, and many of us have been experiencing very, very sort of harsh symptoms from the energies that are have been around. And it's almost like the more we are shining, the more we are sort of getting attacked from the negative forces as well. And although we've just been working on our protection and things, it's been a little difficult because there's been so many physical symptoms. And one of the things that Adnel works with us for the month of November is recognizing whether this is yourself or this is something that you've picked up, because we are all, you know, opening up our abilities with our empathy as well. And if some of you already were bad empaths, you know, always picking up things, it's been even crazier for you in October. And some of the symptoms that have been going on are pains in the shoulder, in the neck, bloating in the stomach, or, you know, having diarrhea, stomach troubles, having a sore throat and chest cold, having some sinus sort of issues, having headaches as well, being extremely tired or then extremely full of energy, and just feeling sort of generally run down, although still able to function with everything, but just feeling everything more sensitively. And these are some of the things that people have been experiencing, and even myself, for the last 4 weeks. I've been going up and down with different energies and different, you know, attunements and different things that have been going on. And it's been difficult to pinpoint whether it's actually myself or whether it's negative attacks coming my way, or psychic attacks from people or whatever, or whether I'm just picking up on an empathic level, a much larger empathic level, symptoms from other people. So what's really good to do is be sure that you're asking for any energies that, you know, are not part of you, to be removed, and to go around to every part of your house to do this as well. I've also created some, I had enough, and I created a big mandala for my living room and one for the bedroom as well, and that's really helped a lot of the energy flowing. Never really been in a house like this one in the UK, where there is a massive portal in where my front door is. There's a massive portal at the bottom of the staircase. You know, spirits just coming in over and over and over, probably seeing the light and all the energy here and wanting a bit of a hand, which is okay, but sometimes it can feel overwhelming too. And you may be going through these things in your home too. So Adnel for this month, for November, is helping us on many different levels, and it's not going to be so intense because we're sort of being attuned through all the month of October, and that did, you know, that was said that that would happen. There'd be a lot of things going on with us on a daily basis instead of a weekly or a monthly basis. There'd be those, you know, energies going on. So Adnel is going to help us with our soul vibration and, you know, bring in a bit faster action for us at all as well. So I have written an article, of course, it's already up on my website. I'm actually ahead of time for once. And I've written an article, so I'm going to read to you some of the key points for the month of November, and also just some of the things that I've written about this particular angel. Now, this angel is overseeing Sagittarius and the element of fire as well. One of the overseers. Okay, so for the key points for November 2016 is this cleansing time, strength that we need, visualization, thinking big, holidays, passing emotions, spiritual soul vibration, action, de-stress, surprise, or high-speed action. Okay, so everything happening really, really quickly. Adnel brings a lot of energy on fast levels. So for where you may feel unwell, you may quickly get better. Where there's dense energy, you may quickly be able to get rid of it, working with the energy of Adnel. So cleansing and purging and things we've been doing, sort of getting ourselves used to how things are going to be within our being. We've all been asking for our abilities to awaken, and then when they do, we start to freak out. So, you've been getting more empathy towards things, and my empathy levels have always been really, really high, because I am more of a clairsentient than anything else. And so when this started to happen and all of this, it was very, very intense. And so I know that a lot of sensitive people out there have been feeling the harshness or the intensity of this energy, but we're learning how to control things. We're learning how to, sort of take the control back, sort of limit how much we're, dealing with, and, being gentle with ourselves in the process. So just remember that you can call on not only the angelic realm, but there are many spirit guides that can also, and ascended masters that can also just come in a massive group and do some work. And in fact, clearing my bedroom here, I worked with the Egyptian gods and goddesses, and I got them in last night, and I just asked them to be there. It's not like I'm doing anything special, but I just called in Osiris, which is known as a god that can actually help chase away negative spirits. So I asked for Osiris, obviously Isis, one of my favorite goddesses. I asked for Anubis to also come through if there was any dark, dank energy. Anubis, and I worked with Hathor as well. Newt, which is a beautiful sky goddess. Just anyone that I could think of, and I asked for, and also Horus, to come through. So anyone that I could think of, and I said, I invite you all now to move forward into my energy, cleanse and clear anything that does not need to be here, anything that is negative in any way, anything that is attached to my energetic, my auric field, anything that's attached to any item in my home. And this was interesting because I was talking to my friend about this, and she said that even when she had her granddaughter sleeping in the bed with her, like in her bed, that when she got back into the bed, that she could feel all the stress and everything. She was really stressed and worked out, worried, and things that she's obviously out of character for her. So she immediately did a cleansing on the bed and on the bedroom, and it went away. So it's about taking control of, what things may actually be you, and what you may be picking up, and, taking on those symptoms. I do this often, and it's a hard job being a bit of an empath, because you're constantly monitoring yourself. I've got a soul brother over in Canada. As soon as he's going through something, I immediately feel it within myself, and I have to get rid of it, straight away. With your children, family members, people that you're close to. So we don't want to keep on taking on everybody else's energy. So ask for these bigger guns to come in. Lord Jesus, work with the Lord Jesus, work with the entire angelic realm, work with the Egyptian gods and goddesses if you feel connected to them. Work with the Greek goddesses. Persephone is another good one, Greek goddess. Also Hades, Lord of the Underworld, is one that you could bring through as well to help. I mean, just as many as you can think of. cleansing and clearing, using your sage as well, and just putting that intention there also. So we're doing that, we're getting used to things. It's going to settle down a little bit in November, but be very aware of your symptoms and things. Obviously, if they continue for you, or if you're worried about anything and they haven't gone away when you've asked for clearing, then that may be your own things going on there. So maybe you need to go and see someone about it. So okay, so we're thinking big, we're traveling. Adnel is called the Voyager angel, so obviously taking voyages, and you know, we're going on those holidays that we want to go on, or we should think about, and we shouldn't procrastinate with those things because we've got that energy with us as well. Surprises, de-stressing, high speed action, also really listening to your body. I've been doing that. I don't know how many people out there have done it before, but I finished a whole entire round of the insanity workout over the last 8 weeks or so, and then I was ready to get going again because I'd had a day off and I was feeling bad about that, and then I ended up feeling unwell. And so I tried to do it yesterday, and I couldn't get my body to move, you know, even though I'm quite fit. I couldn't get my body to move, and I was trying my best to push myself. And then I thought, what am I doing? I need to stop because my body's not ready to do this yet. So listen to your body too. You know, taking a week off or something of your exercise routine or your diet or whatever it is, it's not really going to hurt in the long run. If you start taking 6 weeks off, well, then you have to start again, don't you? So taking a week or just really listening to your body is so important as well. Okay, so let me just read to you a little bit about what I've written here for Adnel. First of all, I will just tell you about the crystals. Imperial topaz, chrysocolla, moonstone, which is this is a moonstone ring here, jasper, yellow jade, and citron all work with the energy of Adnel because he's a really bright yellow color, so bringing in that joy and that sunshine. Essential oils that you could work with: eucalyptus, ylang ylang, spearmint, neroli, and lemon might be a good choice. When the angels start coming in, I start itching my nose and face. I'm sorry about that, but I just have to. Yes, so here we go. I'll read to you what I've written here for the messages from Adnel. So this month we're working with the energy of Adnel. Adnel is known as the Voyager and brings happiness, knowledge, relief, and celebrations for all. The energy of Adnel is that of travel, fast action, and all kinds of learning. The vibration of your soul and the special signature that you have within the universe begins to ignite with love and light from the divine, and many of you will find that you are receiving more information and light within your being, and that your abilities, which have been significantly boosted in October, begin to become part of your everyday life. Your empathy levels are on the increase. So some things that may not have seemed to bother you in the past are certainly bothering you now. So be sure that the auric level is protected and that you clear everything that you come in contact with, especially if other people have been present or have given you items personally. Okay, they've got this energetic signature with them. And like we were saying about the bed, you know, you're going to be picking those things up now more than you might have in the past or might have noticed in the past. You may notice energy more and more as playing a major part in how you're feeling. You could even take on the characteristics or physical ailments of someone else. Okay. To counteract this, vigilance is required with healing and self-healing. Physically touch each chakra point, saying clear and cleanse, clear and cleanse, clear and cleanse, and it will begin to become noticeable when you have not done it. Okay. The angels are always there to help you. Long distance travel, holidays, and house move also favor this month, and a lot of you will make sudden changes in direction. Avoid giving into impulse words or actions, a holier than thou attitude, or assuming that all is better somewhere else. As said above, many of your feelings can be coming from someplace else, so check with your inner self, your eternal self, the angels and your guides. Adnel can help with protection and bring a legion of angels with him to assist on clearing, cleansing, and working with the energy in your home. Okay? So, then the channeled message from Adnel. So that's really important for us, so it's good that we went over that. Adnel, dear ones, as an angel who works with you on many different levels, please call on me to assist you with anything that you feel confused and indecisive with. You're such a powerful worker of the light and have been through so much energetically and karmically for so long now that it's time to take very good care of the self and allow yourself to shine with your own unique vibration and soul song. If you are accepting of this process, you will begin to attune to it and feel it deep within you, helping you with the changes on the earth and the changes within you on much easier and grander scale. If you've been waiting for the right time to begin something, then this is the month and the time for things to begin to come into fruition. You all have great beauty within you, and this beauty of the soul is also beginning to show on the outside as you embrace yourself more and more, and being gentle to yourself as you begin to truly emerge. Never stop believing in yourself and your ability to change anything you set your mind to. Your faith and belief is going to be the things which shape you and also inspire others. You're all magnificent beings and are so very loved. Please don't ignore this no matter what. It's time for the real you to begin to be shown in grander ways than ever before. Embrace yourselves for the coming changes and accept yourself in order to give you the confidence that you are seeking. Love is always being sent to you and surrounds you always with love. Adnel. And you can read, on my website all this information, and also download a free distant healing book and a free readings and attunement booklet as well, just so you understand how I do things, but also how you can also send out your healing for yourself and to other people too, in a safe way. Okay, so the spiritual soul vibration, I'm just going to move this out the way. Your spiritual soul vibration is a special sort of signature of yours in the universe, and something that you might want to do is try to listen to the different scales, maybe on a piano or different classical music, for example. Even though I love my heavy metal, rock and roll all the way, I still love my classical music too. But when you're listening to something classical, especially piano, for some reason, there'll be a key, a note, a passage that you really enjoy. And what you'll find is that probably sits, that same key or that same passage that ignites some sort of emotion within you, you'll find in other songs that you really love as well. Okay, so this is how you're going to find what your soul vibration is, and by playing that sound or getting harmonics of that sound, which you could probably find all over the internet, someone will have it, or on YouTube even. The more that you're listening to that, what will happen is you'll start to understand your soul name, you'll understand more about your soul purpose, you'll feel really in tune with the universe itself. And music is a universal language, everybody knows and loves music, but one song that really does it for me, and I don't know why, but one song in particular that really evokes some kind of deep emotion with me is by the composer Raphael, and it is Disappearing Into You. That is the song, and when I hear that, something inside of me just really wells up with emotion. So I know that I've hit something there, even though I know what my soul vibration is and all that, and I've been working with that for a while. You'll generally get a note or a key note, or a color vibration that you really resonate with, and when those two go together and you sort of meditate on the sound coming in and the color coming in, and maybe even humming a sound as well, you are really going to find differences going on with you, with how you're thinking, how you're feeling. You're going to see your own path ahead of you so much clearer than you might have in the past. You're going to feel gentle within yourself. You're just going to get it, you're going to understand it. And there comes a point where you need to see, there's been gunshots and things all day around here. I think that one was a firework, but anyway. What was I going to say then? I lost what I was going to say. But once you get that going on, what will happen with you is you'll understand that you've got the universal wisdom inside of you. And I know people like to tend to think they know everything, but you actually do know or have access to everything that's relevant for you. And once you understand that, once you really begin to understand that, that's when everything starts to shift. It's like if someone asks you a question, you'll know intuitively what the answer is. If you're working with clients and things, you're going to intuitively know, where they need healing, and it just comes very easily to you. You can work with this process that I was telling you, or just any type of music that brings about an emotion within you, okay? It doesn't have to be classical, but it is nice if you can listen to just a piece of music, just so you can just focus on the music. But it's up to you how you do it, to bring in this change on the inside, okay? You can ask your angels and guide to also step into the music on your auric levels as well, and cleanse and clear with sound healing as well. But you need to have that acceptance within yourself. And as soon as you get the acceptance of yourself, you start getting really confident within yourself. When you start getting confident within yourself, you're on the way to success. And if you have that sort of success on your mind, and you're heading in that way, you'll never ever give up. And that's what we want to get to, a point where we're not giving up. And I have to confess that with the intensities of the way the energies were attuning me in October, and I know I'm not the only one, I'm not saying I'm special, but the way that I was being attuned with things, I just wanted to just stop everything that I was doing. And then I started to do some Facebook live videos and talking on there. And as soon as I would get on there, it would be just amazing, and I'd feel so much better and feel more can you guys hear all those? Now we don't know whether it's guns or fireworks now, but I'm cleansing and clearing and trying not to think about it. But one of the things that was happening was the backs of my ears, when I was talking to you guys on Facebook Live, was screaming at me and pressing in, and I was thinking, what is this? And at the same time, a lot of messages were coming out. So that's what was happening, as the messages were coming in, they were, and people were there, more and more people were there on Facebook, the more and more these people, or the guides or their loved ones or whatever, wanted to get the message through, and they were screaming at me. So now I've learnt, and my friend said, make sure you tell them to stand back. So they stand back and one at a time come forward. But also, there was an imbalance with the chakras going on, even though I was working hard on it. And this was another thing that's recently been fixed. So this is all settled down, and everything can sort of, be in alignment again. So don't feel like you were going nuts in October, okay? We were all sort of feeling that way because of the intensity on such a massive scale of the empathy levels just going through the roof. And also the intensity of the negativity that's been sent to all those who are starting to switch on to the idea of having freedom in your, this is what's going to start happening, is the more we speak up, the more we might actually be shut up as well. So we just need to always hold that sense of freedom within ourselves. Acceptance of yourself no matter what. Some people are really amazing spiritual workers, and they have so many gifts, and nobody knows about it because they're so terrified of what other people think. I put it right out there on my Facebook page, and there are people that have known me for a really long time and didn't know about my spiritual side for a really long time either, and they've been a little bit puzzled about it. But you know, I have to live this way because it's not just a job to me. This is my whole life, you know, and I make mistakes like everybody else. I go through changes like everybody else. I go up and down like everybody else. I'm working on things like everybody else. But the one thing I have got is a total acceptance of myself. And since doing this, you know, having this process, it has given me that confidence that I've always wanted, that I've always needed, that I've always felt other people had. I didn't know how to be confident, you know, within myself. And I know there are people out there that think, well, it should be easy for you. And, you know, I used to think that about other people, but we all have our own inner struggles, you know. And it's funny, I was talking to my friend the other day and saying, you know, why is it that we believed all the negative things that anyone has ever said to us? We've totally ingrained that in our, you know, mind and heart and soul, all those negative words. But when someone says something lovely about us, we don't believe it. But yet we'll believe all this negative stuff, you know, and we have to shake all that out. This comes from, you know, also accepting yourself too. You just don't care anymore the opinions of anybody. Well, it's not that you don't care, it's that it doesn't affect you how it used to. Obviously, you know, if someone's completely nasty to you all the time, you know, it can obviously upset you, but does it stop you, you know? And for me, it doesn't stop me at all. It only makes me more determined. The more someone tells me I'm stupid, or the more someone tells me I'm dumb, or I need God to save me, or anything like that, the more determined I am. And you know, I know that what I do and what I share comes from integrity, comes from the heart, comes from a loving place, and you know, I know that God works in that way as well. And Jesus, of course, is my main guide, is my main dude. Like, I go to for all of my, see, he's right there, for all of my assistance and all of my videos and all the work that I've ever done. It began by really sharing my heart, or pouring out my heart to Jesus, who actually has been known as many different names anyway. And the love and the support that came back was so different to what we're taught as kids. You know, when I was raised obviously as a Christian, and it was just always, I was bad for anything I was doing. I was naughty in some way. I was a sinner, you know. I was going to go to hell if I didn't do this or if I didn't do that, you know. But then speaking out and pouring out my heart, you know, and actually having a visual of the Lord Jesus, it just changed my whole entire life. And I remember thinking to myself, you're actually proud of me, you know, like, I thought, you actually love me, you're proud of me, you know. That was the feeling. Was I was just so overwhelmed because of all of the things I've been told my whole life. And people still try to do this to me, take away my connection to Jesus and God, which I call source energy. You know, you can call God whatever you like, but I call it source energy, the source of everything. And people try to take that connection away, but the thing is, they can't unless you let them. So work this month with Adnel on grounding yourself, you know, keeping yourself firm in your beliefs, not letting those negative people stop you in your tracks. In fact, remember to do the cleansing and clearing and bring in the big guns and ask for everyone to be there and really cleanse out things. Remember to not take on, to see if what you're experiencing is actually your energy, or you've picked it up, or you're feeling it from somewhere else. Because remember, our energies are rising now, and you know, we're going to settle out. It's going to settle down, but we're going to be in levels where all of that negative stuff doesn't really exist to us anymore, and that's what we're trying to build ourselves up to doing. So in the meantime, we're just going to have to go through these growing pains and these adjustments to get us through. Remember also to think about your soul vibration. Listen to music that really brings that emotion out. Then think of a color as well, and bring the sound, and bring the color, and then bring a vibration. You might want to start humming. If you can do all those three things, you will really begin to get in tune with your entire soul. It's like you'll see the whole path laid out in front of you, and what tasks you've sort of given yourself. And yes, it's not going to be always simple, because people who are afraid will like to steer you off of course. You know, they really do. They get afraid, and then they're afraid. They say that they're afraid for you, but they're actually afraid for themselves. So they're trying to keep people with them so they're not afraid, you know. Stand true to yourself, you know, accept yourself. If you have spiritual beliefs, don't be afraid of saying, you know, well, I don't agree with that, this is what I believe in, and to each his own, that kind of thing. You know, put some things on share the positivity on your Facebook or on your, you know, websites or whatever that you do. Share what you believe in, and who cares, you know, because believe me, everyone else will share what they're thinking, negative or not, you know. They're just going to share it all and tell you all what they had for tea, you know, what they had for lunch, or what they, you know, what someone said to them next door, or they're going to put it all out there. So you might as well just put some positive things out there, and what you feel. And I know as well, for some people worry about their families, what their family are going to say, and I have been there and done that. And in fact, they actually do appreciate your honesty, you know, and most families do understand that there's something different about you anyway. But when you're honest with it, it's like you're standing up for yourself, and they can say this, that, and the other, but over time they'll just get used to it, you know. They may have their opinion, but they will get used to it, and you're going to feel so much better and relieved in yourself. Also, the energy of, as I was saying before, the energy of a natural is just going on a trip, getting away. And we really want to, Pete and I, go to Canada. And we've been manifesting going to Canada for a year or so now. So I'm feeling that it might be in November, or maybe towards the end of November, and that's all going to come through, and we're going to be able to go. I feel that the energy is very difficult in the UK. For someone who hasn't been brought up here, it can be very difficult. Not that I'm giving up, but going and having a break from it will be really nice. So I'm hoping to manifest that. I need to see my dad. My dad is in Pennsylvania, and well, he's in Reading in Pennsylvania, and he's just turned 82 today. And I worry because he's looking after my stepmom who has Alzheimer's, and my dad's getting really tired. So I know that I need to go and see him before something. Sorry, I just feel that need to. Sorry, some people might have been going through a lot of loss as well, but I'm really feeling that need to be there and see my dad before something happens. I just know that I'm just feeling that. So sorry everybody, I didn't even think I was going to cry, but it just, whew, that sort of touched me. But he, my dad's a teacher, and hopefully I sort of take after him in some way. But thank you guys for putting up with me. Sorry, I'm just a little bit emotional. I've been emotional today. I wonder if you guys have been that way, but just maybe because it's my dad's birthday as well, and I'm always stuck away, you know. we're never quite in the same place at the same time. So anyway, I'll stop now. Thank you all so much for being here and being such support, you know, with me on my own journey, and I'm so glad to be there with you guys all on your journey as well. And I'm there to help you along the way. You've got someone on your side with you sort of every step of the way. And if you want to catch me tonight, I'm going to be on Facebook this evening. So it's about 7 o'clock PM UK time at the moment. So I'm hoping to be on live about 9:30, 10 PM tonight. So hopefully I'll stop crying by then, and I'll be able to see you there on Facebook. And I sort of do a lot of readings and things as well. So remember that we're working with the energy of Adnel. Be really gentle to yourself this month in November, because we've been through so much in October, and you know, it's going to get a little bit easier for us because now we've got the tools to sort of deal with things. And also just be prepared for something major to happen in your life, a turning point to happen in your life that changes everything. And always look forward to those things. Feel excited about those things in your life. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. Don't forget you can get personal readings and all freebies and things like that from my website, and all the links are down below. But I would love to hear from you sometime, and hopefully catch you on Facebook Live. And I'll get this sorted out so I can do live here as well. But until the next video, thank you so much, and many, many blessings to you all, and goodbye for now. Bye.